friend in school. It was wild as we drove full throttle.
Hey, I'm JJ Jackson, the rock and roll food guy, and this is FlatHead Screw. They've been playing around town for a number of years, and they don't only cook on stage, they cook in the kitchen. We're going to show you with Tim Barker and Bernie Kaelin in just a bit, if you stick around.
The road is short between tomorrow and today.
The Rock and Roll Food Guy is brought to you by 100.5 Louis FM, real music variety. And by Mom's Music, Louisville, Jeffersonville, and Madison.
Hey, I'm JJ Jackson, the rock and roll food guy. Thanks for joining us today. I'm with the band FlatHead Screw, and this is my friend Tim Barker. Hi, Tim.
Hi.
And this is my friend Bernie Kaelin. How are you?
Fine, sir.
How long you guys been playing with FlatHead Screw?
About 4 years. I've been with them 4 years.
About the same for me, 4 or 5 years.
What kind of stuff do you do?
Classic rock.
Oh, we love that. That's great.
We do too.
And today we're going to do some classic food too, huh?
Yes, we are.
Let's start with Tim real quick. Tim, what do you got for us today?
We're going to try some bacon wrapped scallops today.
Oh, man.
Bacon wrapped scallops.
Love
and
that.
We're going to start with a simple marinade
Oh, great.
to prepare our scallops.
What's in the marinade?
We've got some pineapple juice, some soy sauce, brown sugar, and some minced garlic.
Well, why don't you go ahead and you just pour it all together?
Just put it all together.
I'll tell you what, then I'll take out the spoon here, and you go there. And this is the soy sauce. I'll go there. That was the pineapple juice. And then we'll take. Now that's a lot of minced garlic right there. That
That's
looks like
quite a bit.
That's going to be tasty right there. Just this. You get every little bit
It'll
in there.
protect you from vampires, though.
Are there vampires in the band FlatHead Screw?
Just one.
You want, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
It's all going to the same place.
Sounds good to me. Pull it side to the side here.
All right.
And whisk it up, huh?
Whisk it up, nice and simple. Couldn't be any more simple.
So that's the method, and then you drop the scallops in there.
Drop the scallops in there, leave them in for about 4 hours or so, if you've got the time.
Put them in the fridge.
In the fridge?
That's great. So we've already done that,
Yes, we have.
and we'll bring out the scallops and talk about the next move. What do you think?
That sounds good.
These diver scallops,
Nice
Tim?
sea scallops, yeah.
These are great. Now, you want to show us the method here? Do you want us to help you out?
Sure.
Okay, great.
The more the merrier.
I'm guessing toothpicks, huh?
Toothpicks.
All right.
Your
Great.
weapon, JJ. Okay.
All right. Now, why don't you roll one so we see how you do it?
Just want to skewer one out of here.
Perfect.
And we've got our bacon right here. And we're just going to wrap them up like so.
Excellent.
Stick our toothpick in it.
Oh, this is great.
It's just so simple, and when they come out of the oven, they just taste so good.
Oh, they look great too. But why don't you do one, Bernie? I'm gonna let you go first before I get my hands dirty.
Yeah, I want to get this big one right here.
There you go. Nice shot. You guys really do like to cook, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Love to cook.
Man, there's nothing like great food, you know. And when you can make it this easy, these look great. So what do you want to slap them in the oven?
Let's put them in the oven for about 10-15 minutes and see what comes out.
Let's do it. All right, Tim, now we're going to take the scallops and we're going to put them in the oven for about 10 minutes, right?
10-15 minutes.
And
Just keep an eye on them.
And what is the actual temp on the oven?
350.
Standard temp, great. It's so easy and so good.
Couldn't be any better.
All right, now we've got the scallops in the oven. Take about 10 minutes. While we're doing that, we're going to make another delicious dish with Tim. I'm JJ Jackson, the rock and roll food guy. We'll be back right after this.
Came home from the war the other day. Found my wife in bed with a guy named Gay.
Variety is good, especially when you get this much of it. At 100.5 Louis FM, we know life's just better when the variety's bigger. A lot of different songs, A lot of different flavors. Whatever from whenever. Make your day better. With Louisville's 100.5. Louis FM.
Then she hooked up with a guy named Stu. He told her exactly what he'd like her to do.
Hey, we're back, and we're waiting for the scallops in the oven. Bacon wrap tastes so good with that marinade on there that Tim made. What's the next dish you're looking at doing here, Tim?
We're going to throw together some zucchini and squash and something that I threw together at home one day when I had some guests just drop in. And we're going to saute that up with some onion and finish it up with some white zen and some dill.
Wow, a little white wine in there? That sounds good.
Yes.
That's actually a little bit of pink wine.
A little bit of pink wine.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bernie, you're not doing anything. You want to
I'd love to.
You were in the restaurant business too, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
How many years?
25 years.
Well, let's see if your knife skills are better than ours are. And,
right.
Well, we're talking here. You go ahead and do that. Look at the way Bernie's going there, man. Not only a great player in a there is a red sauce then.
There is a red sauce.
No more guitar for me.
That's a shame. I'm so sorry. We took your career away. or one of your careers anyway.
That was definitely it.
Excellent job. A great job. And you guys are really good at food, so I'm guessing the music is just incredible too.
Well, we like to think so. On a good night.
We're our best fans, no doubt
Yes.
about it.
That's great. That's great. We'll come back for the scallops in a minute. Get ready to do this, all right?
Right.
Thanks a lot, fellas. Man, those scallops smell good. Tim, what do you think? We'll get them out of the oven, huh?
Let's give it a shot.
All right, man. Famous last words.
Yes.
Here we go. And it is hot in there.
Ooh.
Is it working?
Yeah, I think it's working.
Excellent. Right here on the wood block. And here is your utensil.
How about that?
Give me my
utensil.
Back. I'll take that. Well, those
All
look
right.
great. Look at that. Brown on the top.
They do look good.
They really do. If you make a little slice in one of them, no big deal. Put it together. You know what? They taste as good. It doesn't matter. There you have it. Beautiful bacon wrapped scallops. We're going to let Bernie, if you don't mind, Bernie, take
Not at
these.
all.
Don't eat one.
I'll promise.
And we'll make the next dish and get them all ready to go so we can eat them together. What do you think?
All right. That sounds good. Well, we want to start off with a little bit of olive oil.
Great. You tell me when, okay?
Okay. That's probably pretty good.
Good, right there. That looks good. All right.
And start with our onion.
Let's
Put a little bit of onion in there.
A little bit or?
A little bit, not a whole lot. There you
Enough?
go. That's fine.
Great. We'll put this aside here. Great. That up a little bit more.
And we're going to let those heat a little bit.
I'll take that from you. Great. Just put it in there, and we're going to leave the dill out for right now, right?
I'll leave the dill out for just a little bit until this starts to saute and sweat up a little bit.
Excellent. Well, we'll go ahead and put this down for a moment.
Cool.
And we'll just wait for that to cook up a little bit.
Right.
All right, Tim, now let's polish this thing off now.
All right.
We're going to finish it. What's the next step?
Just about finished. We're going to add a little bit of white Zinfandel to it.
That's going to really make it sizzle here, so that's already
Yes,
good.
it is.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's great. That's great.
And it's going to make the kitchen smell so good.
There we go. Look at it bubbling. Look at how great that is. Wow. It's creating a little sauce.
And that's going to work for a little bit.
I don't want to toss it now because we'll have to get a new kitchen.
Right.
We'll let it go. But boy, that does really smell good with the white Zen. You could use other wines too if you wanted to.
You can. You're just going for the smell and the, what is it, the bouquet.
Let's see if I can just give it a little. There we go.
Cool.
There's always that danger.
So now you want to add my secret weapon.
Yeah.
You want to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to it.
Where'd you get that Parmesan cheese?
Oh, it's a secret. Can't tell you.
Secret recipe, huh?
Secret recipe, Parmesan cheese.
Now, when they start writing in for that one, I'm going to have to tell them they're going to have to see you then, huh?
Right.
Now, rather than toss now, I guess you want to leave that like it is?
Well, leave it like it is and let it continue to saute for just a little bit. And when we get ready to plate it, we've got our dill right here, and we'll add the dill there at the end.
Excellent. This is really, really nice. Bringing it over, and I'm just going to pour it on there.
Right.
It's okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Look at that. Wow. Look at how good that looks. Man, I wish
Very
you could see
nice.
what that's like.
Very nice. Add a little bit of the dill.
Can I help?
You sure can.
Great.
Sure can.
Put it all around the sides. Make it look nice. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. We'll have that with the scallops.
And you've got a nice little summertime meal.
I think that's great. All right, the band FlatHead Screw. Thank you so much. This is great. We're getting ready to get Bernie up in here.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about your music influences. Start with you, Tim. Who do you like?
The Beatles, first and foremost.
I think everybody does.
Always love the Beatles, love the Who.
Wow.
And nowadays I love Five for Fighting.
Do you?
Love Five for Fighting.
How about you?
Kansas, Styx, Aerosmith, and the Beatles, of course.
And what are we going to make?
Bourbon chicken.
Oh, man.
Right.
Fabulous.
It's a really nice dish.
Well, we're going to move Tim out, move you in, and we'll be right back in just a moment with the rock and roll food guy, J.J. Jackson. Stick around.
It said you were the rock poet of old, with stuff like turn, Mr. Tambourine Man. Everybody must get stoned.
Variety is good, especially when you get this much of it. At 100.5 Louis FM, we know life's just better when the variety's bigger. A lot of different songs, a lot of different flavors. Whatever from whenever. Make your day better. With Louisville's 100.5 Louis FM.
Caladinga, heaven there, who?
Well, that's just dumb.
All right, Bernie, we're ready for your bourbon chicken. What do we got to do first here?
Well, first, before we get into the entree, what we need to do is, I have a specialty little drink that I like to do right before I cook.
Oh, I love that.
Could you guys help me with that?
Yeah, sure.
It's bourbon and a Diet Coke, and it has to be done exactly the same way every time or it's not any good.
All right.
Okay, now what I'd like to have is, could I have an ice cube, please?
Sure.
Just one.
One?
One
That's
ice.
the smallest? Yeah, that's the smallest one of them. That's good. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Now, after you put the ice cube in the glass,
Right.
what you want to do is you want to insert the bourbon. You want to pour it to the center.
Right.
Very important. This
Right.
is very important. And as you're pouring the bourbon into the center, you want to feel the ice cube float. Now, as you feel it float to the top, then you know you're almost... Is that full? It's almost full. Can you see the crown?
Yeah. It's a lot of bourbon.
Well, not really.
Oh.
See, what this does is it kind of melts the ice cube down and makes it float when it goes right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Think I got you.
Can I have some Coke, please?
Yeah. Here you go.
You get only one drop. If you put two in, I have to do this all over again. I think that's okay.
All right.
If you don't mind, could I check this?
Oh, yeah, sure. That'd be great if you just give it a little.
It's close. It's close. I think that's it. Finally, I think this is it.
You know what?
What?
Mint leaf. Perfect.
Nice surprise.
Yeah.
You mind if I try that with
No, no, sure. Go ahead.
I think you're onto something. It's really good.
Now onto the bourbon chicken.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, now we got you pretty well juiced up. Do we have enough for the chicken?
Well, are you guys eating too?
What do we do next here?
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do, again, will you assist me here?
Oh, sure,
I might
absolutely.
even get Tim involved this time.
Sure, good.
If you could take just a couple of these mushrooms for
All right.
me. If you would dice those, if you pull that out, because I don't know what that's called, but I hate it.
Save it for a stock later, I guess.
There
is
you
what
go.
you do.
I'm going to turn the skillet on over here and
All
get
right.
this thing heated up.
You want me to chop?
Yes, please.
Chop, dice, slice.
Surprise me.
Okay,
Do
good.
one of each.
Yeah, I like that.
How many
That's nice.
things you want
That's
to do?
cooking. Do it any way you want to.
Now, what I'm going to do while you're doing that is
All
I'm
right.
going to add some flour on this plate here. I'm going to make a little dredge plate. So I'll put flour out here flat,
Well, that looks good.
You like that?
and some regular salt, and some pepper. Ground pepper is great to use on this dish like this because it has a little texture, and you can actually tell if the chicken is prepared and cooked well.
I want to see. Oh, yeah, you're mixing it up good.
Now take the chicken breast. You lay the chicken breast in the flour. As you do this, it's actually what's called a dredge. You're actually dragging it through. The flour sticks to the wet chicken. Now, a lot of times, if you're sauteing a chicken breast on a stove top, it may take a long time, and the ends of the chicken at times will get overcooked for the center.
Right, right.
So
I hate when that happens.
It's terrible. So to combat that, what I like to do is you take a mallet, okay, and you just pound on it a little bit. And what you want to do is it breaks up the tendon in the chicken just a bit.
And that naturally tenderizes it, so it's much more tender when you go and take that first bite.
Absolutely. It almost looks, it's not this, you know when a Swiss steak gets tenderized, it changes shape?
Right.
Well, this doesn't look like a chicken anymore either. So I want to put this back in the dredge again because I kind of went through the skin there a little bit.
I like those marks that it makes on there too, those little
Okay, now the skillet is hot. I'm going to find out if it's too hot in about 30 seconds.
All right. You going to touch
it? No, the oil sometimes jumps out of the skillet, and that means it's hot.
You've got that right. And you got to make sure it doesn't burn.
That's exactly right. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit.
Yeah, that's your power
catch
burner.
The house
that's
on fire.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, now as this olive oil heats, and as it heats up to the right temperature, it spreads out and makes a nice little flat area for you.
Gotcha.
You want to take the chicken, drop it right in the center, and it will sizzle just a little bit, but you don't want it to do too much because, again, like I said earlier, you'll overheat this and overcook this, and the ends will be really brown.
So what you want to do is make sure you see those sizzling bubbles around the edges in the olive oil.
Exactly.
You want a little something to drink here while you're waiting?
Well, you know, we haven't known each other very long at all, and you are really intuitive. That's helpful.
How he does that.
So now we have that, if we could have those mushrooms.
Okay.
And we're going to drop those mushrooms right around the side.
Okay.
And those mushrooms will saute along with the chicken and the olive oil.
Okay. Make sure they don't get away here. They like to jump out sometimes.
Good job, guys.
Well,
Good job.
Hey, we work as a group.
We're here to please.
This is going to take probably about 5 minutes. And what we'll do is we'll just let that simmer for a minute.
Oh, it smells good already.
Well, not yet. I put bourbon in everything.
Yeah, and you too.
Next time I come back, we'll do bourbon Cheerios.
Bourbon Cheerios.
Yeah, those are
That's
really
nice. A little bourbon milk. That'd be great.
It really does.
Well, you can start to smell that a little bit.
You don't want to waste all the bourbon because the heat takes the alcohol out.
Right.
And that's waste. So you just want to keep it does add a little nice flavor.
Oh, that's great.
Does it smell good?
Yeah, it does.
Tim, did you smell it?
Yes, I can even smell it from over here.
About how long? You start to maybe wait till the edges start to get brown on the one side and then flip it? Take a little
you
look?
can see right there. See, it starts to get white on the sides like that. If it's white on the sides, it's almost always white on the bottom.
Right.
And flipping it the opposite direction is always a good idea because even for bourbon, it's not
Yeah, you don't want to have it coming toward you.
not hot bourbon.
And that's got a little brown on there from the flour, so that looks great.
That's exactly right. And with the flour, there's two purposes for the browning as well, but also to capture some of the olive oil, the mushroom, and then especially the bourbon taste into the chicken.
Especially the bourbon taste.
Especially.
Yeah. So we're just about ready to plate that up.
Yeah. So, I mean, what a simple dish. Olive oil, bourbon, mushrooms, a little more bourbon, the chicken, salt, pepper, and a dredge, and then you top it off with a little, bourbon.
Bourbon.
And then what you want to do on chicken, you can't push it all the time and tell. Sometimes it's spongy. Now, I worked with a chef one time, and he told me that if you push on the chicken like this, and then you touch your forehead, and if it's the same, then it's done.
Right.
But that's just a reason to get you to put flour on your head. Nothing to do with the doneness of the product.
Yeah, you can do it a little bit here, like with this part of your hand, too, like you do with steaks. So there we go.
All right. Just one more flip I think is going to work for this.
Great.
All right. Now, normally, if you were using a whole clove of garlic, you may want to put that in earlier in the dish to cook. But tonight, we're using minced garlic.
Which is perfectly fine.
Yes, sir. And just mix this in with the mushrooms just a bit.
Make a nice sauce there,
Nice little sauce. And we have one more secret ingredient to go in that sauce.
And that is?
It's bourbon.
Bourbon. That makes sense. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and get that wrapped up. We're going to plate it. We're going to come back and we're going to show you all the dishes that we created here today with the Rock and Roll Food Guide. Come on back in just a minute.
The road is short between Caught just riding out time, wishing your life away.
Variety is good, especially when you get this much of it. At 100.5 Louis FM, we know life's just better when the variety's bigger. A lot of different songs, a lot of different flavors. Whatever from whenever. Make your day better. With Louisville's 100.5 Louis FM.
Stu and Gay, they were happy at last. They winked at me, but I went out fast. You know I walked the other way.
All right, we're back. Bernie, what do we need to finish up the bourbon chicken here?
Well, sir, I almost finished with this chicken. It looks just about finished.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It did turn out nice.
And there's a special sauce with that?
Yes, sir. I had one more ingredient to add to the sauce.
Okay.
To top
Would that be the secret ingredient?
Yes, sir. That is.
And the great thing about this is you're not getting all that alcohol because the alcohol comes up off of it. So
Yes, it does.
really good.
The alcohol does cook out of the dish, no doubt.
That's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that brown. And it smells great, too. And it's so simple.
Very simple, very simple. You can put the dish together with prep and everything in 15 minutes.
That's got to be great. Well, you ready to plate that?
I'd love to.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. That just looks so good. And I love the way when you did the chicken that you floured it first and then pounded it, so you got the flour into the chicken.
Yes, sir, it does. It holds more of the sauce if you do it like that.
The smell is unbelievable.
Now, a lot of times, people will just cover their whole chicken or cover their whole entree. This is just a little garnish, but how this works out is, of course, you know I like bourbon.
Yeah.
I think that was a secret for any of us. Now, you know mushrooms are 99% water.
Right.
So these are actually bourbon and water.
That's great.
And I loved your idea. Could you get those scallops for me?
Oh, absolutely.
While we were on break, Tim whipped up some fresh vegetables, and we had these scallops.
These are gorgeous.
What we decided to do, JJ had this brilliant idea to combine these dishes together. So we're going to take a shot at that. This stuff looks great. Tim, you want to tell them what was in this again?
Well, this is the summertime squash and zucchini, and we put some white Zinfandel, some onions, some dill.
Oh, that dill was delicious,
and
too.
some Parmesan cheese.
It smells great.
Making one huge dish now. How are you going to handle those scallops over there?
Well, you know, normally I hate to work with an even number, but since this is a square plate, I think it's going to work out okay.
Oh, that looks great. Look at that. That is a meal that's fit for a king. And you might even want to share it.
Share it with some friends.
Maybe.
You know, you got a couple more people here.
Well, there are a few more things I think that we may
Let's
want
do
to try
that.
out.
You want to do a little dill here?
Sure.
All right. So a little bit more Parmesan. I'll do up a little over here, over here,
Yeah.
over here. Whoopsie. A little bit more.
Really
Color
good.
to the plate.
Mix it up. Nice.
Oh my
A
gosh.
little pepper. There it is. Let it flow.
I think we're done.
That's great. The band is FlatHead Screw. We thank you guys for being a part of this.
Thank you.
You not only cook on stage, you cook in the kitchen, and we love that. I'm J.J. Jackson, the rock and roll food guy. You're going to need a little protection.
Think so.
What do you think?
The UV glove.
The UV glove. That's right.
Cube.
Give me that ice cube.
I don't want the ice cube in there, apparently. All right, let's get started. I'm ready.
Stand by.
Wait, I'm not.